Your energy is the most valuable currency you will ever have. It's more valuable than money, more precious than opportunities. And once it's spent, you can't get it back. Every day you wake up with a limited amount of energy in your mental, emotional, and physical bank account. The way you spend it determines the quality of your life. The problem is, most people waste that energy on things and people that give them no return on investment. They pour it into proving themselves to folks who don't even care, defending their dreams, to people who don't even believe in them, and fighting battles that don't even move them closer to their goals. Think about it. How many times have you sat there, explaining yourself to someone who already made up their mind about you? How many hours have you spent trying to change the opinion of someone who wouldn't support you no matter what you did? That's energy you will never get back. And here's the truth. The people who are supposed to be in your life don't need convincing. And the ones who need convincing probably aren't supposed to be there anyway. When you waste your energy proving something to the wrong audience, you're robbing yourself of the opportunity to invest in your own growth. You could be learning a new skill. You could be working on that side hustle. You could be taking care of your health. You could be elevating your life in ways that bring real value. But instead, you're letting distractions, negativity, and other people's opinions drain you dry. It's like having $1 and $dollars in your account and deciding to blow it all on things that don't help you build your future. Then wondering why you're broke when something important comes up. Your energy works the same way. If you give it away too cheaply, you won't have enough left for the things that actually matter. You've got to start treating your energy like you treat your money. Spend it wisely. Invest it in things that grow, and protect it from people who only know how to take. Some folks will say, but I just want them to see I'm capable. Let me tell you something. They don't need to see it. The right people will notice on their own. And the wrong people wouldn't believe it, even if you handed them the proof in writing. You don't need to post every move on social media for validation. You don't need to run around telling everybody what you're working on. Let your results speak for you. Quiet work builds loud success. When you stay focused, your wins will announce themselves without you having to say a word. Here's the beauty of spending your energy on yourself. You start to grow in ways you didn't even realize were possible. You stop getting triggered by small things because you don't have the bandwidth for nonsense. You stop engaging in petty arguments because you know they don't help you move forward. You start making decisions based on your future instead of your feelings in the moment. That's when life starts to change for real. When you put your energy into building yourself, doors open. Not because people suddenly give you opportunities, but because you've built the skill set, the mindset, and the discipline to walk through them when they appear. You don't have to chase approval. You attract respect. You don't have to beg for chances. You create them. That's the return you get when you invest in yourself instead of wasting your energy on things that don't matter. So stop explaining yourself to people who aren't invested in your journey. Stop defending your vision to people who don't have the capacity to understand it. Stop trying to win the approval of people who wouldn't clap for you even if you were on fire. Take all that energy back and redirect it to the grind the growth, and the goals that actually feed your future. Your energy is your currency. Treat it like gold. Protect it, spend it on things that bring you peace, progress, and purpose. Because when you do, you'll realize something powerful. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. The life you build will do all the talking for you. Silence is not weakness. Silence is not surrender. Silence is a weapon, one of the most powerful tools you can use in your journey towards success. In a world where everybody is constantly talking, posting, and sharing their every move, the person who learns to work in silence stands out. They hold their power, protect their vision, and allow their results to speak on their behalf. Because here's the truth. When you're busy explaining yourself, clapping back at critics, or announcing your every step, you're burning energy that could be used to actually make progress. When you understand the power of silence, you stop feeling the need to defend your dreams. You don't need to run to social media every time somebody doubts you. You don't have to argue with people who misunderstand you. You don't have to break down your entire plan just to prove you're doing something. You simply keep your head down, put in the work, and let the results tell the story. Because nothing shuts down doubt like undeniable success. The problem is, too many people waste their time broadcasting their plans before they've even started. They give speeches about where they're going instead of quietly building the road to get there. And then, when obstacles show up, the same audience they were trying to impress becomes the same audience that criticizes them. But when you move in silence, you avoid unnecessary noise. Nobody can sabotage what they don't know about. Nobody can speak on a plan they haven't seen. Silence also teaches discipline. It forces you to focus on the work instead of the attention. It keeps you from seeking validation before you've earned it. And it helps you build the kind of patience that's necessary for real success. See, quick recognition feels good, but lasting respect comes from results, and results take time. The quiet season is where those results are made. That's where you put in the hours nobody sees, solve the problems nobody knows about, and grow in the person who can handle the success when it finally arrives. Some people will misread your silence. They'll think you're not doing anything. They might assume you're not capable or that you've given up. That's fine. Let them think whatever they want. Your job isn't to manage their perception. Your job is to build something so undeniable that their opinion becomes irrelevant. And when you finally step out with your achievement in hand, the same people who doubted you will have no choice but to acknowledge it. Quiet work creates loud success because it allows the results to be the headline, not your promises. You don't have to convince anyone when you can show them. That's why the greatest comebacks, the biggest wins, and the most impressive achievements are often done under the radar. By the time people find out, it's too late for them to stop it. It's already done. And here's the best part. When you win in silence, you don't even have to talk about it. Other people will do it for you. Your work will be seen. Your growth will be noticed, and your name will be mentioned in rooms you've never been in. That's the power of letting your results speak. They travel further than your words ever could. So, stop feeling the need to clap back at every comment. Stop explaining your every move. Stop seeking approval from people who aren't on your level. Every second you spend trying to convince someone is a second you're not spending building something that could change your life. Silence keeps you focused. Silence keeps you in control. Silence keeps you dangerous in the best way possible. Remember, a lion doesn't roar while it's hunting. It moves quietly, patiently, strategically. And when it finally strikes, the whole jungle knows. That's how you need to approach your goals. Work in silence, strike with results, and watch the world take notice. Because in the end, it's not your words that prove you, it's your wins. Life is a lot like a theater. There are front row seats, balcony seats, and some folks who don't even have a ticket. The problem is, too many of us are letting just anybody walk up and sit in the front row of our lives. We're giving them access to our dreams, our struggles, and our next moves. And then we wonder why we feel drained, distracted, or discouraged. Not everyone is qualified to have that kind of access to you. In fact, the fewer people you let that close, the better your focus and peace will be. The truth is, the more you talk about your plans, the more you invite opinions. And the thing about opinions is, they're free to give but expensive to receive. Every time you open the door for someone to weigh in, you also open the door for their doubts, their negativity, and their fears to creep into your mind. Before you know it, you're second-guessing yourself, not because you don't believe in your vision, but because you allowed the wrong voices to influence it. Some people aren't rooting for you, they're just watching you. They don't want you to fail publicly, but they don't want you to succeed beyond them either. Those are the ones who smile in your face, but quietly hope you never reach the finish line. And if you give them front row access, they'll have a perfect view to watch every stumble and setback. You don't owe those people your plans. You don't owe them explanations. You don't owe them updates. Keeping your business between you, God. And the grind is not about being secretive. It's about being selective. It's about protecting the seeds you're planting before they're strong enough to survive the storms. If you talk too soon, you risk letting someone trample on what hasn't even had a chance to grow. But when you nurture your dreams in private, you give them the space to develop without unnecessary interference. Your grind doesn't need an audience. It needs your focus. When you're constantly sharing every step, you're splitting your energy between doing the work and telling the story. But when you keep your head down and commit to the process, you give yourself the best shot at producing something powerful. And when it's ready, it will speak for itself. That's when you let the world see it. When it's strong enough to stand without explanation or defense. Boundaries are essential here. You need to decide who gets balcony seats, who gets the front row, and who doesn't even make it inside the building. Just because someone has known you for years doesn't mean they've earned the right to know every detail of your journey. Proximity doesn't equal permission. Trust should be earned, not assumed. Sometimes protecting your front row means disappointing people. It means saying less than you used to. It means being okay with folks thinking you've gone quiet, disappeared, or slowed down. Let them think what they want. While they're wondering, you're working. While they're guessing, you're growing. And when it's finally time to step out, you won't have to explain a thing. Your results will make the announcement for you. Remember, not everyone clapping for you is happy for you. Some people clap because it's polite, but deep down, they're measuring how fast they can catch up or pull you back. And if you give them a front row seat, you give them too much access to your pace, your strategy, and your progress. Keep certain moves invisible until they're irreversible. At the end of the day, your life is not a public performance. It's a private masterpiece in progress. Protect it. Guard your energy, your vision, and your plans like they're the most valuable possessions you own. Because they are. Not everyone deserves to be that close. Keep your circle tight, your grind consistent, and your conversations intentional. When you do this, something powerful happens. You stop living for the approval of the crowd, and you start living for the purpose you were created for. The wrong people will fade out. The right people will draw closer, and you'll find that peace and progress come a lot easier when your front row is filled with genuine supporters, not undercover doubters. So close some seats, move some people back to the balcony, and don't be afraid to leave a few outside the theater entirely. Your story will be told when it's ready, and when it is, it will be worth the wait for you and for the people who truly deserve to see it up close.